Hello there, this is Mr. Clark, and we're going to go over the Week 10 Day 1 notes. So let's get started. What we're doing today is midpoint. You may have done this before, so we're going to do it again. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is look at the formula. So the midpoint formula has x2 plus x1 divided by 2, comma, y2 plus y1 divided by 2. So what you're doing, you're adding the x's divided by 2, adding the y's divided by 2. You get two numbers, and that ends up being a point because it's the midpoint. Okay, so first you have these 2 points here, 0, 0, and 3, negative 4. Now, you have an x and a y here, and an x and a y here. Now, the way it works, these x1s, y1s, let me copy this. This will be x1, y1 here. Let's see if I can line it up. All right, okay, there you go. You might want to write that on your paper so you know which one's which. That means it's your first x and your first y. That's all that 1 means on there. Here's x2, y2. So that means it's your second x and your second y. That's all that means. Now here I put a little template here, and it's on the assignment for you too if you want to use it. First thing I'm going to do is x2 plus x1. So x2 is here. It's 3, right? 3. x1, here's your first one, 0. All right. And then we're going to do our y's. We have y2 plus y1. So y2 is negative 4. And y1 is 0. All right. So there's that so far. Now what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this. So let's see if I have enough room to do it horizontally. I'm going to just copy this again. And 3 plus 0, you know what 3 plus 0 is. It's 3. And this plus 0, negative 4 plus 0 is negative 4. All right. Let me see. I'm kind of running out of room here. Let me slide this over a little bit. All right. Make it a little easier to work with, hopefully. And it doesn't want to move, but okay, there we go. So now we have some space. We could put it below. You could just put the equals here. I'll just do that. Put the equals there. Put it below. There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a decimal. So 3 divided by 2, that's 1.5. You can leave it as a fraction if you want, but this one you don't want to leave it as a fraction because it's not reduced. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. Okay, so that's the answer. The answer is 2 numbers. It's a point. Now I'm going to check to see if this works. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to graph these points on this graph, but I have to do it. I haven't figured out how to do this on Google Classroom, so I'm going to have to go to Word. I'm going to be right back with it. Okay, so I just created the graph on Word, and you can see the first point was 0, 0. There it is. Second point was 3, negative 4, right there. And the point that I found was 1.5 and negative 2. So you can see that's right in the middle. And if it's not in the middle, that means I did something wrong. So as long as you're good at graphing, you can always check your work very easily. All right, so we're going to continue the next one. Now I'm going to copy this here template I made again and put it here. Get these numbers out. Now the 2's, divide by 2 is always there, right? So that's always in the formula. You're going to have, again, add your x's, add your y's up top. Now, so we're going to mark these again, x1, y1, x2, y2, to make sure we don't get them confused. Now, to be honest here, it doesn't matter which x is first, because if you're adding the x's, it doesn't matter if you add the first one to the second one or the second one to the first one. You're going to get the same answer on this one. On the one you're doing on day 2 with Mrs. Menhart, they have to be in the proper order. So I'm going to do x2, negative 8. plus x1 is 6, and then y2 is 4, and y1 is 8. And again, you know that 4 plus 8 is the same as 8 plus 4. So the order does not matter on these, but it will matter on the one on day 2. So let's keep going here. Oops, I didn't get the parentheses. The parentheses are important because this is going to be a point. And points always have parentheses around them. All right, so negative 8 plus 6 is going to give me negative 2. 4 plus 8 is going to give me 12. Okay. Equals here. I think it's easier just to put it down below. Okay, there we go. That because now we're going to get the answer. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. 12 divided by 6. All right, 12 divided by 2 is 6. And if I can get in there somehow. There we go. 6. Okay, so our point is negative 1, 6. Now, I could have made a mistake, so I'm going to go check that. And I'll be right back. All right, so I have the graph in here. So you can see that the first point is 6, 8, which is here over 6, up 8. Then we have negative 8, 4. So negative 8 is the x, and 4 is up, right? And the midpoint we found was negative 1, 6. And look at that, it's right in the middle. If it wasn't in the middle, it's wrong. And if you did it wrong, you're probably not going to be close. So if you just eye it up, you can pretty much tell. So let's go to the next one, actually the last one. So, okay, we're going to use this little template thing again here. All right, get in there. Get rid of this stuff. 6, negative 8. Okay, so we're going to get our y1, y2, and all that, and the x1 and the x2. So let's figure it out here. Right. Formatting. Still not really up to speed with the Google Docs format stuff, but I'm getting there. Okay, here we go. So we have your x1, y1, x2, and y2. Okay, and then we're going to plug it in. So again, up here you can see you're adding the x's, dividing by 2, adding the y's, dividing by 2. All right, so let's do that. Now, the formula says x2 first, so I'll put that first. And then x1, which is negative 3. And then y2, which is 7. y1, which is negative 4. Okay. And again, we're going to add these together. So we have 5 plus negative 3, which of course is the same as negative 3 plus 5. Doesn't matter which order you put them in, but it does on day 2. That's going to give you 2. 7 plus negative 4, that's the same as 7 minus 4. It's going to give you 3. All right. And I'm going to take that down to a decimal. This one's not going to be a decimal because 2 divided by 2 is 1. But this one will be 3 divided by 2, 1.5. All right, I'm going to see if that works on the graph. All right, so I checked it on the graph. So the first point was negative 3, negative 4 right here. Then 5, 7. Remember, that's 5 to the right, 7 up. And then the midpoint was 1, 1.5.